Schools teach art, schools teach business, but they rarely teach them together. Students graduate with portfolios, but no idea how to make a living from their creativity. They could design a logo, but they can't price a product. They understand color theory, but not profit margins. And here's what happens. Talented students leave school without the practical skills to turn their creativity into income. That's the gap that we fill. School Spirit Enterprise is a 12-week program that turns your classroom into a real clothing business. Students launch an actual business with real products, real customers, real money, and real skills they'll use for life. They design the products, they learn the equipment, they manage inventory and finances, they market and sell to their community. And they keep the business running after we leave. Your school builds community and raises money in the process. Here's what most t-shirt programs look like. Students create a design, it gets printed on a shirt, maybe they sell a few, the project ends. Everyone moves on. We go further. Students launch a real business with their own brand and online store. They manage inventory and finances, learning how to track costs, set prices, and calculate profit. They sell to their community, fellow students, parents, alumni, teachers, the whole community. They keep the business running after we leave. This doesn't end when the 12 weeks are up. The infrastructure stays. The business continues, and your school builds community and raises money. Our goal is to give you a system that is practical and profitable. Students learn skills in two categories: creative skills and business skills. On the creative side, t-shirt design using professional tools, shirt printing and heat press operation, product photography, brand identity development. On the business side, website building and e-commerce, marketing and social media, financial literacy, pricing, profit margins, inventory management, sales and customer service. These are transferable skills that apply to the future marketplace. A student who learns how to price a product can price a service. A student who learns how to market a t-shirt can market themselves. A student who learns how to manage inventory can manage a budget. This is real-world business education disguised as a clothing project. So we don't just teach concepts. They master professional tools that companies actually use. Canva for design, Squarespace for payments, Google Workspace for collaboration, AI for content and problem solving. These are the same tools professional businesses use. By the end of 12 weeks, your students have real marketable skills on their resume. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. PS21 in Staten Island. We've been there for 10 years. Over 500 students have participated in the program. The school has raised over $50,000 through school clothing sales. But here's what matters most. Those students didn't just make a bunch of shirts. They learned how business works. They learned how to collaborate. They learned how to solve problems. They learned how to turn an idea into income. And the business didn't stop when we left. Students continued running it. New students joined each year. The school built a sustainable model that keeps going. That's what School Spirit Enterprise does. It creates lasting infrastructure. This is what students create: professional quality products, designs they're proud of, brands they actually want to wear and share. The students are making legitimate products that their community actually buys. So here's why this matters beyond the classroom. Students learn clothing design, but the skill is creative problem solving. They learn teamwork and collaboration, which they'll need in any workplace. They learn problem solving and time management, which is essential for any career. They learn website design, e-commerce, marketing, sales, financial literacy, and event planning. A student who completes this program doesn't just know how to make a shirt, they know how to start and run a business. That's the real value. Here's how the program works. It's a 12-week journey, and we could work with up to 5 groups of students throughout the day. Weeks 1 and 2, design phase. Students create product concepts. They learn design principles. They develop their brand. Week 3, equipment training. We teach them how to safely operate the tools. Heat press, screen printing, all of it. Weeks 4 through 6, production. Students make the products. They learn quality control. They understand the manufacturing process. Weeks 7 to 8, business skills, pricing strategy, marketing, social media, website management. This is where creativity meets commerce. Weeks 9 and 10, launch prep, build the online presence, create marketing materials, prepare for sales. Week 11, pop-up shop. Students sell to real customers, parents, teachers, the school community. Real transactions, real feedback. Week 12, reflection. Document the experience, calculate the profits, share learnings. Prepare for the next group to take over. And then, this is key, the business keeps going. New students step in. The cycle continues. When your school partners with School Spirit Enterprise, here's what you receive. Equipment, a commercial grade heat press. This stays with your school permanently. Materials, 100 blank shirts and custom transfers. These are pre-made student designs ready to press, so students could start producing immediately. Digital infrastructure, a full functioning e-commerce website where students can sell their products online, not just to the school, but to the broader community. Training, a complete 12-week program for each group of students. We can work with up to 5 groups per school, which means you could cycle through multiple classes or grade levels. This is a complete business in a box that stays with your school and continues to generate value year after year. Let me give you the scope of what we've done. We've worked with over 1,000 students across the tri-state area. We've helped launch more than 100 artist brands. Students who went on to continue their business beyond the classroom. 300 students learned how to create their own website in 2025. We've partnered with hundreds of creators, companies, and organizations worldwide. We've conducted 1,000 interviews with artists and creators, building a network that students could tap into. We've inspired thousands to pursue their dreams, which start right here in the classroom. Our mission is simple: help 1,000 students launch businesses in the tri-state area. Our goal is to help inspire the next wave of entrepreneurs, problem solvers, creators who know how to turn an idea into income. And we do it one classroom at a time. School Spirit Enterprise works best for schools that want to give students more than just classroom theory. If you're looking to combine art and business education in a practical way, if you want to build school community and create a sustainable fundraising model, if you want to give students real world skills they could actually use, then this program is for you. We work with art teachers, business teachers, CTE programs, after school coordinators, anyone who wants to give students hands-on entrepreneurship experience. The students, they don't need prior experience. They don't need to be business kids or art kids. They just need to be willing to learn and work as a team. Here's what we need from your school: a dedicated classroom or workspace where we could set up the equipment, a teacher or coordinator who will oversee the program with our support, a group of students, anywhere from 10 to 30 per group, who are ready to participate. And time, 12 weeks, meeting regularly. This can fit into a class period, an after-school program, or even a semester-long elective. That's it. We bring everything. If this sounds like something your school needs, here's how to get started. Email us at stereotype2us@gmail.com or visit schoolspiritenterprise.com. Tell us about your school, your students, and what you're hoping to achieve. We'll schedule a call to discuss your goals, answer your questions, and customize the program to fit your needs. From there, we'll create a timeline, set up your classroom, and launch the program. We're actively looking to partner with schools right now. So if this resonates with you, reach out today. Let me be clear about what this is. This is an investment in your students' futures. Yes, they'll make shirts, but more importantly, they'll learn how to think like entrepreneurs, how to collaborate, how to solve problems, how to take an idea and make it real. These are the skills that colleges look for. These are the skills that employers need. These are the skills that will help your students succeed, whether they go into business, art, technology, or anything else. And for your school, you're building community. You're creating school pride. You're giving students a reason to be excited about what they're learning. And you're generating funds that support your programs. Let's build something remarkable. So if you're ready to give your students something they'll remember for the rest of their lives, let's talk. Email us at stereotype2us@gmail.com. Let's turn your students into the next wave of entrepreneurs and your classroom into a creative clothing business.